I don't know why I find this so hilarious, but I have to tell you. I was gonna do a video on it last night, but it was too dark. I was in bed and I was like, fuck it, it'll wait till tomorrow. Last night, I was editing videos and all of a sudden I hear my son scream. He says, "Mama, help me!" So I came running, because I thought like something horrible happened, you know what I mean? I go there and he goes, I just ate ketchup and I don't know why. And like my first thought was, oh, maybe he didn't like it or something. Like, I don't know, like maybe it was like a sensory thing, I don't know. But no, he ate the whole bowl of ketchup because it was like for his chicken fingers. He ate the whole bowl with a spoon. Just ate it. But yeah, he screamed bloody murder to let me know he ate ketchup, but he didn't know the reason why. And I guess in a way I get it, because that's fucking hilarious, and I don't know why. Things I find while cleaning my kid's room that just don't make sense. So this one is probably my personal favorite. A guitar with a band-aid. Not sure. He's coming in. I'm just cleaning. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. Why'd you put a band-aid on it?
Okay.
Roman put a band-aid on the guitar because...
See?
Because you wanted a guitar and a band-aid. Roman, is this yours?
Okay.
Are you sure this is yours? You're telling me this is not Grandma's, this is yours. Why is it funny? Now we have glasses with the eyes popped out. Do I look like John Lennon?
Okay.
He stole my seashell. This is my seashell. This is mine. Did you steal my seashell? Okay. Why? This is mine. Do you think this is yours? I picked it up off the beach. Can I have it back?
Okay.
No, he goes, okay, and then he grabs it. He hands out his hand, so I give it to a lid from the Pampered Chef. A freaking chicken? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, some people don't think this story is as funny, but I think it's absolutely hilarious and so cute. So my son is, like, very literal, which honestly is refreshing in a way, because, like, I don't have to, like, analyze the things he says. Like, he's usually pretty straight up. My son, like, sometimes benefits from structure, like, you know, routines and rules, stuff like that. But usually it's best if it's, like, right in front of him. So one day, I typed up some rules and I printed it out, and my husband and I, we like, presented the rules to him, and sat down and discussed them, and we're like, do you agree to this? And he said yes, he agreed to the rules, and so we had him sign his name, so... And I guess I should have been more specific about what I meant, because I handed him the pen and I said, okay, sign with your name, please. And he was, like, taking a real long time, going... And I'm like, what is he doing? He drew an actual sign with his name in it. Like it was an actual sign with a stick. And it said Roman in it. Like, he did a sign with his name. I kept it for like 2 years, but I don't know if I have it anymore. If I do, I will post it. But it was I just think it was one of the funniest things ever. I got another Roman story. So this is back when he talked like a lot less than he does now. But we walk into Kohl's, and he says very clearly, this music is terrible. He finds a woman's crop top. I think it was from somebody that was like trying it on and then just like flung it or something. I don't know, but he just found this random crop top. Tries to turn it into a ski mask. Then we're in the checkout line. And of course, because he is a klepto, he's changed his ways a little. No, he hasn't. Okay, but so he steals a Kit Kat, right? I look in. He's ate half of it. I gotta buy it now. I go to buy it, whatever. I'm like, you know, Roman, that's not okay. I'm lecturing him, but I get the freaking Kit Kat. We go to exit Kohl's. All of a sudden, the alarms start going off. And to my surprise, he didn't steal anything extra. He he hadn't stole anything else. But he did think that because these lights were going off and an alarm was happening, that we must have won something. So when the employee came over, he was literally like waiting to see what he won. Of course, it was nothing. So we get in the car, and I'm exhausted. I hand him the frickin' Kit Kat, like, here you go. He decided he doesn't like it anymore, so. By the way, I'm getting all these stories from my old Facebooks, because he literally does shit like this so much. I have years of records of it. So back when my kid was in preschool, I used to have to be very careful because he would like stuff things in his backpack, like without my knowledge. Like I'd pack his backpack the night before, and then he'd end up stuffing shit in it that I didn't know about. But possibly the oddest thing he ever felt the need to pack in his backpack that I found was a garlic press. He came home from school one day. I go into his bag to read his note, and I find a freaking garlic press. He literally, that morning, when I was like, not looking, doing something, he must have went into the kitchen, snuck the garlic press, got it into his backpack, and thought, all right, I'm ready for the day and what it'll bring me. Let's go. I will always wonder, why did he need that garlic press? And I hope one day he's able to tell me why he needed it. Because now I'm pretty sure if I say, why did you put that garlic press in your backpack? He'd just say, okay. Mysterious little one. A lot of these kids come on my page and they talk shit. But it don't mean nothing to me, and I'll tell you why. Because I am raising the biggest shit-talking troll of the century. You don't believe me? Not only did my kid call me fat bastard while I was eating breakfast once, through a gif of fat bastard, okay? This kid stole my phone when he was probably, 6 years old, okay? He rearranged my entire home screen, and he changed the name of every folder I had to Japanese automaker names. I didn't notice until one day I took my phone and I had to find the Amazon app. I couldn't find it. Was nowhere. I couldn't find it. I had like a category for shopping and then social media, all these categories, all these folders, very organized. I look at my phone, it's all these, half of the words, I didn't know what they were, to be honest. I didn't know that they were car names until I saw one that I recognized, but I spent forever trying to find the Amazon one. Finally, I found it, and I actually have to show a screenshot of the Facebook post I made about this back in the day because I can't even pronounce it. This is what I found it under. Daihatsu? That's something like that. That's what I found it under. That's where my Amazon app was. So when Roman was in kindergarten, he was like obsessed with beatboxing. He didn't do it himself. Well, actually, he did a little bit. But he loved watching like professional beatboxers on YouTube. And his dream for me was to become a professional beatboxer. Unfortunately for him, that's never going to happen. Absolutely not. I lack the coordination completely. I have no interest in it. However, he wanted this for me so bad that he actually illustrated. He drew an entire picture of what I would look like if I was a beatboxer. So the title is Mommy Beatbox. That's me. I have a shirt that says DJ. And then I guess those, I don't know, are like my record things. And then those huge things, he informed me, are speakers. And then I got a stereo back there. I'm not sure what's on top of my head, but that's me. Oh, and my shirt says DJ3. So unfortunately, it's 3 years later. I have not become a beatboxer. I don't have any desire to be a beatboxer, but I just had to share that with you because I think that picture is so cute and I still have it hanging up. When you got your favorite food in front of you and like you only have one left or like a little bite left and it pains you so much. Maybe you don't know that feeling, but I know that feeling. It's like, you're just like, fuck. This is it. This is the last bite. Well, my son, he didn't almost find a solution to that, but like he was on to something. He was on to something. Because listen, one day he was eating some McDonald's nuggets, right? And he got to the last one. And I guess that panic and dread started to like sit in that like, this is the last time I'm going to experience this until I get another Happy Meal. And I get it. I get it. I get it. So you know what I caught him doing? I caught him running to an iPhone charger. Thankfully, it wasn't plugged in. Not that I think anything would happen, but it wasn't plugged in. But he took his nugget and he plugged it in. Plugged the little piece in. He thought that if he charged this nugget, they might multiply or it might get bigger. And I don't know what he's onto, but I feel like it's something. I don't know. So my kitty hates getting his hair washed, right? That's not what I'm laughing at, okay? So it's like a sensory thing. He just doesn't like it, whatever. So, but anyways, earlier today, I'm like, hey, I need to wash your hair. And he didn't want one. I'm like, dude, I got to. You got a little bit of dandruff. I got to wash your hair. And, he says to me, he's like, I have dandruff? And I was like, yeah, man, just a little bit. It's not a big deal. And he goes to me, my life will never be the same. What does my kid think dandruff is? What does he think it is? So this isn't like the most traumatizing yet hilarious thing my son has done to me, or put me through, I should say. But it's definitely in the top 3. Definitely. So because my son has a tendency to elope, which means he has a tendency to dart and run, I am always like watching him like a hawk, and I'm always holding his hands and, you know, honestly kind of hovering over him. I know it's not ideal. He has a tracker and everything, you know, a GPS tracker, but, you know, I am really nervous, and rightfully so, because he has gotten away, so I'm very careful in public. Well, a theater near me used to hold a sensory-friendly movie night, which was great because, you know, we could bring my son, my mom and I, it was like our thing. We'd like bring my son to, you know, sensory-friendly movie night, and it was great because we didn't have to worry if he stimmed loud, if like, you know, we didn't have to worry about things we'd normally have to worry about going to like a traditional movie viewing. And of course, while we're there, we're always like, you know, on top of him, making sure he doesn't get away and everything, like, you know, running, following him around everywhere. And we'd end up like taking shifts like throughout the whole, you know, showing or whatever. And he was doing very good this particular day. And there actually was a kid he kind of became friends with, who also, you know, was autistic, and it was so cute to see them together, and they were into the same stuff, and they loved watching the credits together and everything like that. And it was so cute, and so I wanted to give him a little bit more freedom. So my mom was on one side of the theater, and I was on the other side. This is at like right at the front, like right near the big screen, okay? Him and this other kid, and several other kids actually, were in front of the screen, like right in front of it, okay? So we have like, you know, we're at each hallway to make sure he can't get away. So what does he do when I give him this ounce of freedom? Did he run away? Thankfully, no. Actually, yeah. Actually, after he did. But initially, no. He mooned everybody. He went in front of the movie screen, dropped his friggin' drawers, and mooned the entire theater. And we're in shock. Oh my god, so I start running after him to get him. Oh my god, and then he starts running away from me. And luckily my mom caught him because she was on the other end of the theater. But I was gonna say, can you believe it? But obviously, yeah, that's completely believable that my kid would do that. That is believable, but oh my god. Hi, you guys, I got my coffee. Coconut caramel iced coffee, regular. I'm with Roman and my husband. He's getting his seatbelt on because we're leaving the post office. But I got to tell you a funny story, okay? So, so this morning I needed to see if I had to like brush Roman's hair. If it's like all wild and wavy, I don't like brushing it because it just looks so cool. So, I call him over to me and I go, "Hey, Roman, how's your hair?" And he says to me, "It's beautiful." He said it just like that. He's like, "It's beautiful." He's not wrong though. Look at it. It looks all curly today. Alright, so I got a story, and this was more like mortifying than anything, and it could have turned out a lot worse than it did. I am very lucky. So as a lot of you know, my son has a tendency to elope, which means that he darts or runs. And because of this, I'm always watching him like a hawk, making sure he's right next to me, making sure I know he's safe at all times. And this story takes place when my husband first moved in. Now, of course, my husband didn't even, meet my son until, quite a ways down the road. So I knew I could trust him and everything like that, but that's my son, so I'm gonna worry no matter what, and I'm always gonna kinda be butting my nose in. Because I'm always worried about his safety in any situation. Well, since my son has a tendency to, try to get away sometimes, I guess I mentally just note, the colors he's wearing. I didn't really notice I did this till this day, but I had to put my son's booster seat in, and so my husband was standing with him. He wasn't my husband at the time, but he was standing with him and making sure he was safe. But of course I was still nervous. So I'm putting his booster seat in when all of a sudden I see just a flash go by me in blue. So I panic, obviously I panic, and I just start running. Instinctually, I start running. I'm like, Roman, no, come back, Roman. I literally went from the middle of my driveway to almost the neighbor's house before I realized I was chasing a random woman. Oh my God. Thank God she quickly understood the situation, that I thought she was my kid. Or that could have ended very, very badly. The whole time, my kid was just standing there with my husband watching everything. Oh my God. If you're out there and you see this, I am so sorry. So a little while back, my son, he didn't really understand the concept of singing along with somebody. He figured what's the point in sitting there and singing along, saying every single word, following every phrase. So he had a way to remedy this. Instead, when I'd say, okay, now you sing along, he'd have me or whoever was singing sing, and then he'd go, me too. He thought that's the same, he's just saying same, he's singing along. So anytime, even in school, when he was supposed to sing along with the music, and we'd be like, yeah, sing along, and he's like, yeah, he's ready to sing along, acting like he's gonna chime in, and just, at the end, me too. I feel these things he does, they make sense. It makes sense, me too. It is kinda like singing along. Kinda. I take back what I said at the beginning of the video because I feel he actually understood it completely. Alright, so I got one more story, okay? So, this happened August 12th of 2021, and the only reason I know is because I go through my Facebook memories for all these hilarious stories because I just want to share them with y'all. They also make my day better, too. My son, sometimes, the stuff he says, it's the reason it's so hilarious is because I just don't know where it came from, and I just have no clue where it came from, and that's why I think some of it is so funny. So this day I was eating breakfast, and I think I was eating bacon, eggs, and a bagel, and he comes up to me and he looks at my breakfast and he just says to me, "That is a wild bagel." I don't know what he meant, because it was just a regular bagel with butter. But he was like, "That is a wild bagel." I was like, why? And he won't tell you why. So you guys, my son cannot have a phone unless it's supervised, and one of the main reasons is because he used to steal whatever phone he could find, and he would upload videos to YouTube. And these are some videos he uploaded one time when he got a hold of my phone. Yes, he uploaded them publicly to my YouTube channel. I just have to show you because they're absolutely hilarious. So this is my favorite one. This is him and I cooking some chocolate chip pancakes. And the title is Cute Roman Design, parentheses, cooking version with cute mama. That's so cute. You can't tell me that's cute. You can't tell me that's not cute. So this is another one where I think we were dancing to Danzig in the car, I'm pretty sure. And so he uploaded it and he goes, Roman and Friends, Season 2, rockin'. That's so cute. He called me his friend. That's so cute. I just think that's so cute. We're not going to talk about when he uploaded a video he recorded of me in the car that was titled Mama in Crisis. And no, I did not save it. It was literally just me in the car. I wasn't in crisis. And then he also uploaded one. He made me like have a weird face in an editor app. And then he wrote, Mama is weird. Got more views than any video I've ever posted. Okay, so I'm not going to give him an unsupervised phone. And this proves why. But I do agree that the stuff he comes up with is gold when he does get his hands on one. Okay, and here's an example of that. So this is from a time when he took my phone and he started messaging my friend Katrina. She's on here, she'll probably see this. But yeah, here we go. So first he starts off by sending her pictures of his favorite Number Blocks characters. That's a show he likes. And he says, Number Blocks from Blue Goat, -6, playing us 6 on the floor to end. And she's like, what? And so he sends another number block. And then she says, what's that for? And he says, I'll watch that, but new. He sends her another picture of a number block and says, how you like that -4 playing on the playlist? And she doesn't answer. So then he sends a selfie with his hands behind his head floating through space. He's floating through space. And he says, again, he meant to say how you like that -4, but it says, why you like that -4? She says, I've never played it before. So he sends more. How you like that -4 playing on the playlist? He could have died. I got another Roman story for you. So this is when he was a lot younger. He didn't speak at all at this time. Not that it's relevant, but it shows you how they can still communicate in other ways. Not that I don't really know what he was communicating here except for being hilarious. But he decided one morning to go around and put googly eyes on literally everything. Here we have the stapler. Here we have a piece of paper, which he added a smile to it as well. Here's my mom's anti-aging cream. What's not pictured is my credit card that he put googly eyes on. So yeah, and that's not all. There was more, but that's what I got pictures of. He literally went around the house and just added googly eyes to everything. Hi, thank you for your question. So Roman honestly has like an impeccable memory, so I think a lot of the stories I tell you guys, I think he's gonna probably remember just because his memory is amazing. But aside from his little shoplifting spiel that I told the story about from when he was an infant, I got another one from when he was a newborn that it's pretty bad. So when my son was first born, like he was, I know it's going to sound weird, but kind of premature. And I say kind of because he was right on the cusp of, like, not being considered premature. But he still had preemie issues, like his white blood cell count. He had a fever. Like, that's how they worded it to me. He's on the cusp, so he has preemie issues. That's what they said to me. So, this was, I think, maybe, I don't know how long after we brought him home, but it wasn't, like, a super long time. Like, maybe a week, I want to say, and he started feeling really hot, so my initial reaction was, oh my god, does he have a fever again? Like, what's going on? Then I noticed when I picked him up, he had been sweating through the back of his onesie, and that scared me even more, but I thought, well, maybe it's just hot in here. His temperature was fine. I believe I think I took his temperature and it was fine. This was a long time ago, almost a decade ago. But so I was like, okay, I'll turn the heat down and, we'll see how everything goes from there. So I put him down and I changed, his outfit and everything. And then I go to check on him and he had sweat through his onesie again, his new onesie. So at that point, obviously, me and my son's father were really like freaked out. We thought like something's going on. We got to get him to the ER. He obviously has a fever. Maybe the thermometer isn't working. Like, we got to get him seen. I didn't have my license at the time, so I actually had to have my mom come and drive us to the ER. I forget why my son's father couldn't, but we needed a ride there. We were legit terrified, like everybody was, because he was cranky. He seemed to be like sweating through everything. He seemed hot. And so obviously we thought something was really wrong. And even my son's father even like posted something on Facebook about it, like, please send prayers. And he was so nervous and everything like that. So we bring Roman in, and he gets called in, and so we have to get him weighed. And they offered us, like, I think they offered us even, like, a new onesie and a diaper and stuff. So we put all the new stuff on him. He's on the scale. And then he immediately pees all up the back of his onesie. I didn't know newborns could pee upwards all over the back of their onesie. He somehow did it. The best part was I remember my son's father had to respond to his Facebook post. He's like, never mind. Everything's fine. It's all good. I got a story for you. So I used to have a cat named Chronic. I also have a cat named Kush and one named Tequila. And the ironic part is everybody in my house is sober and has been for years. But anyways, my cat Chronic has since passed. Bless her, she was a good cat. But Roman couldn't pronounce her name right. So yeah, he just had a little trouble. I never really like thought anything of it until one day all of a sudden he was like, "Come here, cracker." I dead ass almost shit because I thought he was talking to me. This was 3 years ago. I'm sitting on the couch minding my own business. Okay, my son, he will go weeks without talking and then come out with a sentence. He might say like 1 or 2 words once in a great while. Aside from that, he really didn't speak much at the time. All of a sudden, my son casually walks by me and says, "Nice day we're having." And listen, I'm not saying I wasn't ecstatic that my son, who wasn't very verbal, said a sentence, because yeah, that's great. But I was a little bit more concerned. It's a little suspect. Like, why did this kid just come up to me and say, "Nice day we're having," and then quickly hurry off? What was that about? Sure enough, I get off the couch. I go in his room. He'd spilled his drink like everywhere. And his solution to hiding that was to distract me by just walking past me and saying, "Nice day we're having." Thank God I immediately knew something ain't right with that shit. So we're about to stop at Dunkin' Donuts to get some breakfast. And before we left, I asked my son, I'm like, "Hey, do you want a donut from Dunkin's?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, what kind?" And he's like, "How about 4?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not getting you 4 donuts, but like, what kind of donut do you want?" And he's like, "Just get me 4. Okay. I'll probably get him strawberry frosted and chocolate because he likes those ones. But then he came up, he hugged me, and he's like, "You're my best friend." Although, maybe he just thought I was gonna get him 4 donuts. Son of a bitch. So my son, like, he will, he will randomly, like, sometimes just, like, remember stuff. Like, it'll be out of left field. Like, it'll be like, where did that come from? Oops. We're parked, it's fine. Anyway, so, so today, out of nowhere, he's like, "Oh my God, I forgot Mother's Day." Well, he calls it Mama's Day, but he's like, "Oh my God, I forgot Mama's Day." And I'm like, did he just say he forgot Mother's Day? And my mom and Eli are like, "Yeah, that's what he said." And I'm like, "Well, you're like a year late." And he's like, "Oh." And I'm like, "Yeah, but, there's another," or I think Eli was the one, he's like, "There's another one coming up, though. Like, you can remember that one." And he's like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, here we are. It's what, January, I think? And out of nowhere, "Oh my God, I forgot Mama's Day." So we finally got Roman a new laptop charger. I power the thing up, and all of a sudden I go on YouTube and I notice there's like, it was like almost 30 notifications, okay? And it was attached to my mom's YouTube account, and she's not really like, she doesn't like comment on stuff and stuff. I'm like, why? What are all these notifications, right? Well, apparently Roman, I'm unsure if it was unintentionally or intentionally, started a fight with another, I'm presuming, like 8-year-old on YouTube. Let me show you. So my kid really likes number blocks, and that's what this video was about. My son goes, 154 to 199 has been figured out, added 200 for triocto for me. Seems pretty innocent unless, I don't know, maybe those are fighting words. Those could be fighting words amongst, 8-year-olds that like number blocks. Who am I to say? Who am I to say? This little kid says back, I have 5 subs, and you have 1. Well, his mama got almost 400K, so come correct. No, I'm just kidding, but I thought it was so cute. I have 5 subs. You have 1. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. 8 years old are already starting shit online. This is why I tell you that, like, nobody in the fucking world can troll me on the internet. Like, you fail because I am raising the biggest troll of all time. He reigns over you. Reigns. So even though yesterday was a rough day, my son, he came in with the clutch, made it kind of hilarious. So my mom and my son usually spend time together at night, like, before he goes to bed. Well, she ended up going to bed early, and he was like, oh no. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm gonna be all alone. And I'm like, no you won't. Eli and I are gonna stay out here with you. And he says, yeah, but you guys are idiots. So honestly, before I had my son, like, I was not really a big kid person. I mean, I guess really even now, kind of. I really honestly didn't think I'd ever have children. But fortunately, I had nothing to worry about because God blessed me with a child who literally acted 40 years old right out the womb. You don't believe me? Hold on. Below is a picture of my son reading the newspaper on his way to preschool at only 4 years old. And here's another one. And as he gets older, he still once in a while will, like, drop a line or something that I'm like, damn, bro, are you 8 or 38? Like, what? For instance, yesterday, my husband was playing his video games. I was just on the bed looking at my phone. My son, I don't know where he expected to go. I don't know where he was on his way to. But he came into the room and he says, where's my fucking pants? Are you on your way to a collaboration meeting for your Fortune 500 company? Like, and listen, I know some people don't like when kids swear, but I don't give a shit, all offenses intended. I think as long as it's appropriate and within context, why not? I'd rather have a life where sometimes we laugh a little. If he ever tells a teacher to fuck off, I'll address it. But yeah, where's my fucking pants? So my kid's new thing is doing guided meditation before bed. And listen, I know I'm laughing at it, but it's really a good thing. That's a great skill to have. I use it when I have panic attacks, but honestly, he didn't get it from me. Eli would always put on Finding Dory for Roman before bed. That was like his bedtime movie, Finding Dory. And then after that, he would put on like those like soothing, kids, YouTube videos. Well, somehow it drifted into guided meditation, recommended videos, whatever. And my kid decided he loves it. He don't even want Finding Dory no more. He just wants a guided meditation before bed every night. But the funny part about it is, he doesn't call it guided meditation. He calls it his relaxation. And he's very serious about it. It's his relaxation. Every night before bed, he goes to my husband. He says, Eli, put my relaxation on. Put my relaxation on. He's dead ass serious about it. That is his relaxation. Come on, put it on. Put my relaxation on. I love it. I think it's great that he's into it. So my son, right? In school, this was when he was in public school, they were making Christmas ornaments, like homemade DIY or whatever Christmas ornaments, and it was basically like a little glass ornament with like a picture of the student, and then like a bunch of, Christmas decorations around it or something. When I tell you, when I got this ornament, I about died. Let me show you, how, the one for my son. Let me just show you. Can he look any more cynical? He's supposed to be a snowman, I think. I still have this ornament till this day. It's one of, like, my most prized possessions. I love it. Look at him. So most of you know that my son, he's really into coding. Specifically, he likes to, like, code different characters to, like, dance and sing and everything like that. Well, this was a while ago, and it was more, like, in the beginning of when he started coding. And I didn't really, like, know a lot about it. I still don't, to be honest. But I looked over and I saw all the characters he built, like, dancing around. And I was like, Roman, are you building creepy characters? And he says to me, no, I'm building concerned and creepy characters. Like, I mean, he was. Like, they did look concerned, but I can't. You guys, I don't got a lot of time because my kid, he doesn't like when people are in his room. And he's going to be busting in here like the cops any second. But I got to tell you something, and it's both wholesome but also frustrating. But so wholesome, I can't be mad, okay? Listen, there is this fidget toy. Well, two of them. There's a peanut one and a pea pod one. And I heard they were both recalled. I don't know. So just to be safe, I took them away. He has gotten them back every time I confiscated them. So I was just taking them back, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to have to go outside, throw them in the trash outside so he can't get them for his own safety. Well, anyways, he had taken this little thing out of I think it's the peanut toy, and I found it on his table, and I put it in the pile I was sweeping. You know, I was just going to throw it out, and he comes in and he grabs it. And I'm like, no, that's not safe. I have to take it. I'm sorry. It was recalled. It's not safe. And do you know what he says? He says, that's my Festa. I mean, maybe I heard him wrong. Maybe I did. I don't know. But he knows I'm Uncle Festa, and he loves the Addams Family because of it. And he said that he took this because he thought it looked like his mom. So my kid is, like, brutally honest. Like, which is good sometimes. He gets it from me. I can't keep a secret. I can't lie. I can't keep a secret. I can't do anything like that, which, like, I'm sure my husband thinks that's fantastic, but, like, in some ways, it's not, because when Christmas rolls around, it's not good. I can't lie. I am, like, bursting at the seams to tell everybody exactly what I got him and to give it to them early, because I just can't keep secrets, and I can't lie. So, my son, I guess, is the same way. He just does not, he doesn't lie. For instance, I remember one time, he was on his computer. I came up to him, I said, are you watching something bad? And he said, yes. And I was like, I'm gonna have to take it away. Like, if you tell me yes, like you're watching something bad, I have to take your computer away. You wanna know what he said? Can we not do this? No, and that's not it. So also, if my husband and I ever have to, like, run errands or anything, you know, and my mom watches Roman, you can ask him straight up. You can ask him, you say, are you gonna be good when we leave? And he'll tell you no. Or yes. Today, luckily, it was yes. I said, you're going to be good for Grandma. He said yes. So I was like, okay, that's a breath of fresh air. But he will tell you. He'll straight up say, no, I'm not going to be good. No. It's like, I want to say that somebody needs to teach him how to lie. But I don't, because it's good he doesn't lie, I guess. But man, coming from somebody who also can't lie, he's going to run into a lot of issues. So after Roman's little escapade on my TikTok, I, went through my phone when we got home, and,
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stop it right there. That wasn't even the best of what I found. But, I have nothing else to say. So a while ago, we had 3 ducks in the house. It's a long story, but I had 3 house ducks. And anyway, so 2 of them would lay me eggs every morning, and I would go collect them. Well, my son, I guess he felt that I was doing something bad by stealing their eggs, because in his head, these are their babies. I mean, kind of. And he felt like I should not be taking them. And so I didn't notice that this was happening at first. I didn't know he was doing it. But sometimes I'd go to collect eggs, and I noticed that, like, some of them were, like, cracked, and I honestly blamed, like, this really fat yellow duck, whom I love, Howard, for it, thinking that he trampled over them and cracked them. Until we caught on camera what was going on. Roman was actually going into the duck room every, like, it was like afternoon after I collected. He would bring the eggs I collected, and he thought he was, like, giving them back to the ducks, but he didn't factor in that when you drop an egg from pretty high up, even if it's on pine, it's gonna crack. So he thought he was doing something good, which that's very sweet, but he'd drop them in, and then they'd crack everywhere. So that's why I was finding cracked eggs in their little enclosure area, because he would, like, scurry in and steal the eggs that I just took, and he'd give them back to him, throw them back, thinking he was doing something nice. So yeah. A+ for compassion, though. Just execution, a little off, but so close. Yes, I did too. Someone said up to like 14 or 18. Is that true? I live in New Hampshire. Excuse me, sir. Did you just steal something? No. Excuse me. No. That's not yours. It's not yours. Roman Anthony. He just pickpocketed me. He just pickpocketed me. Stop it. Stop. Get lost. Oh my god. So earlier my kid was on live with me. And someone said, ask him what he wants to be when he grows up. That's my little kitten. Okay. And so I asked him, and he says, a doctor, no. A bird, no. Peppa Pig. That was it. That was his final answer, was Peppa Pig. We started up here, I guess. Not to judge Peppa Pig, like, I don't know what level she is on the financial hierarchy or anything. I mean, I'm pretty fucking low, but, he went from a doctor to Peppa Pig. Bird was in the middle. I'll show you footage. Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Bird. No, Peppa Pig.
So if anyone's wondering if my kid has always been this witty, even before he was able to talk a lot, because for a long time he was nonverbal. Let me just show you a couple of examples of the phrases he typed to me on his communication device when he had one. So the first example, I told Roman, "You're a funny kid," and he says, "Oh, really? Oh, really?" Now, honestly, with this second one, I'm not really sure what he was responding to. I must have told him he had to do something, or he was going to get grounded or something like that, because his response was, "Try me." No spaces. Try me. And this is before he actually had a communication device. He would either just type or draw. And so to get his point across this day, he said, "I have idea." I don't remember what the idea was, but it was probably a scheme of his. I have idea. So yeah, honestly, if you have a kid who's nonverbal or partially verbal, I highly recommend giving them access to any means to communicate safely as possible, because trust me, they got a lot to say. Or maybe they don't, and that's okay, but I'm betting the first theory. So last night I give my kid my phone so he can, like, have kind of like supervised YouTube and TikTok, so like, you know, I know he's not uploading anything crazy. I'm right there, you know what I mean? Well, he decided he wasn't gonna upload anything. He was gonna comment on my YouTube account, like under my name. And he thinks he's slick, I guess. He thinks he's hilarious, which he is hilarious. But he's at that age, I guess, now, where he just thinks certain things are absolutely hilarious. Let me show you something. So on this number blocks video, he says, "Hey, I reached 69 number blocks. I reached 69 number blocks." By the way, the only reason I found out about this comment is because I logged into my YouTube and I saw that I had notifications, which I never have. And it was all like thumbs up, you know, from his comments. Well, the 2 comments, but still, that's how I found out. Hey, I reached 69. Boy. So a while ago, when my son had his communication device, one day he typed on it, he said, "I have gold coins." And my husband brought it up to me. He's like, "Oh, he said he had gold coins." He typed it on his communication device, but we didn't think anything of it because he didn't have any money, so we didn't think he did, so we didn't really think anything of it. So fast forward, one night I tuck him into bed or whatever, and now my son, if you know, you follow me, he has like specific animals, like, what are they called, squishy toys and stuff like that, that he sleeps with every night. So his bed is always, like, covered in that, you know. So anyways, I put him to bed that night. Everything seems normal. And then I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth. And all of a sudden, I hear scurrying of feet like this. Like that. And then all of a sudden, I hear clink. Like, and I'm like, that's weird. And I look, and nope, he's in bed. He's asleep. I'm like, okay. So I go back in the bathroom, shut the door, and all of a sudden, I hear and then clinking again. I'm like, what the hell is that? Then it happens again, and I catch him. I caught him, okay? I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Neighbors. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I go, I look, I pull back his blanket and, you know, separate the divide of all the toys he has in his bed. He has a mountain of money. A mountain. He was going and stealing my mom's money and piling it in his bed. But that's not it. What do you know? What else did I find in there? A bag of tortillas? He doesn't even eat tortillas. He literally stole a brand new pack of tortillas. Money and tortillas. I mean, good priorities, but why? I don't know. So that's why he wrote, "I have gold coins."